your teacher, Jose Antonio Lopez. And before we start, I really hope that you all are okay, since we are having some difficult situations outside. Due to the heavy rain we are going through and all the flood danger that we are having. So the school decided to suspend some classes. And that's the reason why we are not going to be able to present this topic as the topic of the week. So the English teacher, school, and myself decided to record this video to help you to grasp the general idea of the topic and to fulfill the tasks that we are designing for you to practice agreeing and disagreeing. Okay, so let's begin. Learning how to express our agreement or disagreement while we are having a conversation, it is very important in English, and I imagine that in every other single language. Why so? Well, because as you remember, and as I told you since the beginning of the course, we're trying to help you to use English in a communicative way. We are trying to convey communication. It is vital for us to learn how to show or express our agreement when we agree with some idea that somebody else expressed, or disagreement when we are not in the same channel of that person. So, depending on what our interlocutor is saying, we are going to learn how to show and express that agreement or disagreement. Okay, let's begin. As I told you before, there are a lot of ways to express agreement or disagreement. We have some phrases, as you can see in this slide, a lot of phrases to show agreement or disagreement. What's the difference between these expressions that you are observing in front of you and the other expressions that we are going to practice and learn for this class? Well, the main difference is that when we are using this expression that you see listed in front of you, you are asked or required to elaborate an answer. Okay? If you use this way to show disagreement or agreement, you are obliged to elaborate a much more complete answer for that agreement or disagreement. Instead of that, I'm going to show you how can you express agreement or disagreement using what your interlocutor is saying to you. Okay? For that, we are going to use 4 or 5 expressions that I know that you are familiarized with. The first two are to and so. We use them to agree in a positive manner, and in Spanish, those expressions means también. We also have neither, nor, and either. And those expressions are used to agree with the negative statement that we are going to see a little bit further. And in Spanish, those expressions means tampoco. So what we are actually expressing in English using these 5 expressions, to, so, neither, nor, and either, or either, is también and tampoco. Let's check how to agree. Because when we use these expressions, when we are having a conversation with someone, and we want to show them that the exactly situation that they are expressing to us applies not only for us, but for somebody else, we are like using their own arguments from our interlocutor and reinforcing it, okay? That's the difference. With the first expressions, you have to elaborate an answer. I agree with that because I believe that this and that. When using to, so, either, neither, or nor, You don't have to elaborate an answer because you're taking or using the first expression that your interlocutor expressed and concurring with it, agreeing with it, whether if it is in a negative way or in a positive way. Okay, I'm gonna let's take a look a bit closer so you can understand what I am talking about. How can we agree with positive sentences or affirmations or statements? It's easy. We have to use two expressions, so and to. And look at the images. We agree with positive statements using so and to. Look at the first image. Speaker A is saying, I am happy. And speaker B answers, so am I. That's the correct answer for agree in a positive expression. Soy feliz. Yo también. That's the Spanish expression for this dialogue. I am happy, so am I. Look at the other image. It says, I am happy. And the other speaker says, I am happy too. In Spanish, this is the same as the other. Both expressions means yo también. Okay? We can also say me too. And this is more used in speaking English, spoken English, because it's a bit informal. If you say me too, you are just saying yo también. Remember also that Me Too is a feminine movement that was launched a few months ago. And it's about preventing sexual and gender harassment against women. Me Too. It means yo también. So, I am happy. So am I. I am happy. I am happy too. Let's check another example for you to understand more clearly how these two expressions works. Check out the sentences. Number one, Mike is watching TV. Number two, Sam can speak French. Number three, Julie looks tired. We can agree with that using to and so. Number one, Mike is watching TV. I am too. Mike is watching TV. So am I. I am too, and so am I. Both expressions means yo también. Mike está viendo la televisión. Yo también. If we are trying to deliver these expressions together, we can actually do it. We have to say, Mike is watching TV and I am too. Or, Mike is watching TV and so am I. Statement or expression number two. Sam can speak French. I can too. Sam can speak French. How can I? Sam can speak French and I can too. Sam puede hablar francés y yo también puedo. Sam can speak French and so can I. Look at the third sentence. Julie looks tired. I do too. Julie looks tired. So do I. Check two important things. First one, there necessarily needs to be a relation between tenses. If the statement that you are answered with this agreement expression is in present tense, you need to use present tense in your answer. Also, you need to use the same auxiliary verb. In this case, Mike is watching TV. You have to use the verb to be. So am I. In the second sentence, the auxiliary verb is the verb can. Sam can speak French. So can I. I can too. It's the same auxiliary verb. If you don't have an auxiliary verb, like in the third sentence, then you substitute the verb for the auxiliary do. In this case, Julie looks tired. I do too. It means I also look tired. Okay? So, first one, there's need to be a correlation between tenses. It has to be the same tense, whether if it is present, past, present perfect, present continuous, or future. And the second, if you don't have an auxiliary verb, you have to use the verb do. Okay? These are expressions to agree with a positive sentence. As you can see, you don't have to make or to express any further explanation. You are just saying, if he is watching the TV, I am watching the TV too. Okay? It's easier. You just need to learn how to function the word order. And that formulas are in your notes. I'm going to show you later in a second video. Okay? Let's continue. Now, we agreed with positive sentences. How do we agree with negative sentences? Well, it's easier. We agree with negative sentences using three expressions: neither, either, or nor. And check the images. I am not happy. And the speaker B says, neither am I. The second image, I am not happy. And the other speaker says, I am not happy either. Remember that neither is similar to nor. So you can say neither am I, or you can say nor am I. It's the same. Let's take a look at these sentences in order to understand how these concording with the negative expression functions. It is an agreement for a negative. It's a kind of funny, but it's okay. It's an American, so to speak. Okay, sentence number one. Derek isn't sleeping. Let's use neither. Neither am I. Derek isn't sleeping. I am not either. Before we continue, let me say that neither and either, it is pronounced depending on the country in which you are, because in some places people pronounce it neither and either. In other places, you may hear it like neither or either. Both forms are okay. Which one are you going to use? The one that you like. You can say neither am I, or you can say neither am I. You can say I'm not either, and also you can say I'm not either. Both are okay. Let's take a look at the second sentence. Sam can dance. Neither can I. Or I can't either. And check up the last sentence. Dogs don't fly. Neither do cats. Or cats can either. Notice that in this first column, when we are using neither, we use the auxiliary verb, the expression neither, the auxiliary verb, and the subject or pronoun. In the second way, when using either, we use the negative. We use the pronoun, the verb auxiliary or auxiliary verb, the negative word not, and the expression either. Remember that as I told you that neither can be substituted with nor. So in the first column, we can say nor am I, nor can I, nor do cats. And it is the same answer. All these is six expression, 9 actually, means the same. Tampoco. Derek no está durmiendo. Yo tampoco. Sam no puede bailar. Yo tampoco. Los perros no vuelan. Los gatos tampoco. Y si queremos juntar las dos expresiones, tenemos que unirlos con un and. We said, Derek isn't sleeping, and neither am I. Dogs don't fly, and cats can either. Okay? So, as you can see, this is not so complicated, but you need practice. And that's what we are going to do with the rest of the practice in your notes and with the homework. Okay? Remember, I really want that you all will be fine. So will I, and I will too. Realmente espero que todos estemos bien. Y yo también. Okay? So long and goodbye till we meet again. Till we meet again. Okay, guys? It has been a pleasure, and it's really different learning this way. It is possible. You just need to make an effort. Okay? See you guys. It has been great working with you. I really hope to see you next week. Okay? Goodbye.